Good day, sir. I am James Carl Balatero from BSMT3 Betelgeuse. I'm here to explain my answer in our final written examination. So, in test number one, give the definition of the following terms. So, first, number one is the squat effect. When a ship moves through the shallow water, some of the water displaced rushes under the vessel to rise again at the stern. This decreases the upward pressure on the hull, making the ship sink deeper in the water than normal and slowing the vessel. This is known as squat effect, which increases the speed of the vessel. Then number two, advance is the distance traveled by a ship's center of gravity in original direction and navigation measured from the point where the helm was applied. Then number three, track reach is the total distance traveled along the actual path followed by the ship. An idea of distance traveled and time taken can be achieved by studying following cases. 4. Bank suction. The ship moves bodily towards the bank which appears at the stern. Number 5. Tactical diameter is the lateral distance as above if measured while the ship's head is 180 from the original heading. Number 6. Head reach is the total distance traveled in original direction. Number 7. Transfer is the lateral distance of the center of gravity from original course line, or it is the effective distance traveled by the center of gravity of the ship in a direction of 90 degrees from the original direction measured when the ship's head is 90 from the original heading. Number 8. Bow caution. Bow caution. There is a tendency for the bow of a ship to be pushed away from the bank. That's the bow caution. Black coefficient. Ratio of the immersed volume of the ship relating to the water line length, breadth, and draft directly proportional. 10. Ship handling and maneuvering is defined as the art of proper control of a ship while underway, especially in harbors and dock and around docks and piers. Test 3 enumeration 1 to 7. What are the internal factors, forces under the control of the ship handler affecting ship handling? So 1 is engine power, next speed, effect of the type of propeller, rudder movement and type, the thruster, the anchors and mooring lines, and the tugboats. These are the factors that affect internally. Then, what are the other variable factors affecting ship handling? So there are five, which are the human factor, sudden breakdown or failure of the ship's equipment, mode of communication failure from the bridge to the engine, or vice versa, or to the force to the fore and aft stations. 11. Language problem between nationalities and ship momentum. Then next is what are the external factors forces affecting the ship handling? So first is the tide. Next is tide, a sudden change in wind velocity and direction like a gust. And set and drift. Then the proximity of the other vessels, then the depth of harbors. Next is number 18 to 20. What are the three basic ship motions? So, longitudinal motion or forward or astern, lateral motions, sideways, rotational or turning motions. Then 21 to 28. What are the effect of a bow cushion and a bank suction? occur occurs in narrow channels near proximities of banks. There is a tendency for the bow of a ship to be pushed away from the bank and called bow cushion. Then the ship moves bodily towards the bank, which appears at the stern, called a bank section. Then caused by a restrictive flow of water on the bank's side, the velocity of waters to the bank increases and pressures reduces, and result in the drop of water level towards the bank. As a result, a truss is set up towards the bank. 28. A vessel approaching the bank will have to apply helm to the bank and reduce speed to prevent a share from developing. And 29 to 32. What are the factors governing the ship's squat? Ship speed, depth of water, black coefficient, and blockage factors. Then what are the parts of a turning circle of a ship? So first is the advance, transfer, tactical diameter, drift angle, and pivot point. Now, 38 to 40. What are the three phases turning circle may segregated into? First is the phase 1. This is when the rudder force is applied will while the ship is originally surging in a definite straight line without any yaw. Then phase 2. In this phase, the ship is about to make a complete 90-degree change of heading from its initial path of heading. So this is where the ship is altering its course to 90 degrees. Then phase 3, as the rudder is kept a constant deflection, the ship continues to trace a circle. So the ship will continue to trace a circle. That is also in the test number 2. So in test number 3, we have our our turning circle. So this is a turning circle, sir. So first is the approach course, then this is the rudder execute where the ship position is and start to travel. Then at this point where the ship started to change its heading to 90 degrees, then that is called the transfer or the turning point of the ship. Then the distance are they called the tactical diameter. Then the turning point to 90 degrees heading, the distance there is called transfer. That's then turning to 180 degrees of heading, then going to the drift angle where the ship is drifted, then going to the part of the midship point where the ship will start to form its turning circle. And that is all, sir. Thank you.